Hey, this is Charles with Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Today I'm going to show you how to bleed the hydraulic clutch on your KTM or Husky dirt bike. This clutch fluid should be flushed out every year or anytime you're doing any maintenance to the clutch system, have it apart, or if you suspect any airs in there, obviously you're going to want to bleed that out. And if you have any questions or need help in diagnosing problems with your hydraulic clutch, we do have a video specifically for that. But this video, we're just focusing on bleeding and flushing this hydraulic clutch. So on these, it's pretty much the same process or a similar process for most KTM and Husky off-road models, but there will be a few differences. And some of these are actually going to use mineral oil. Other ones are going to use brake fluid for this hydraulic clutch. So you want to refer to your model-specific service manual and only use what's in that service manual. So this bike right here, it's a 2017 Husky TX300, and we'll show you how to get it done on this. So let's go ahead and get started. To do this job, we have some common hand tools. This is our reverse bleeder from KTM. It's available under the OEM parts diagram. We have rags, safety glasses, rubber gloves, and as far as fluids go, our manual says we can use either the .4 or 5.1, but if you need mineral oil, that's available on our website as well. And then we have some water. This is to help clean up any spills if we have any. All right, we're gonna start with the bike on the stand, and we removed our handguard shield just so you can get a better view of this clutch master cylinder. And we wanna level this up to get the correct amount of fluid in there. So I'm gonna start by doing that. Once we have it level, I'm gonna take a rag and just put it around it, and that way I don't spill any brake fluid while I'm working on it. And then we can remove the master cylinder cover, and this is a T20 on ours. All right, if you just need to flush your system, you'll start by sucking the fluid out of the master cylinder reservoir, and then you'll pour some fresh fluid in there. And keep in mind, you don't want to pull your lever in, because when you let it go, it could suck some air into the system. Now, as I'm sucking this out, you can see how dark and nasty this fluid is. And when it gets darker, that means there's contaminants in there. The fluid's gonna be less effective, but eventually this fluid can start to corrode your parts and then create bigger issues later on. That's why you wanna flush it out and stay up on that maintenance. All right, now that we have our reservoir full, down here at the bleeder, we're gonna remove this rubber cap, get it out of our way. Then I'm gonna take a wrench. I'll set that onto the bleeder. Then I'll take my clear hose and install it onto the end of this bleeder. Now that we're set up to flush everything out, what we'll do is pull the clutch lever in, and then we're gonna release this bleeder, and then we can release the clutch lever again. We'll keep repeating that process. You wanna make sure that the level in the clutch master cylinder doesn't drop too low. So you wanna keep that topped off and avoid getting any air in the system. And then you'll repeat that process as many times as you need until you have clear fluid coming out of this hose. Now that's the standard way to flush the hydraulic fluid out of your clutch system, but we do have options for hydraulic bleeders available on the website to help get the job done easier. And if you need to know how to use those tools, we do have a separate video on how to use them. We've gone ahead and drained all of the fluid out of our clutch system, so now we can bleed it. And to do that, what we'll do is take our syringe, we're gonna fill this with fresh fluid, and then we need to get all of the air out of it. So to do that, I'm just gonna tip this upside down, let all these bubbles come to the top, and then we'll even force just a little bit of fluid out to make sure we have all the bubbles out. Then we'll open this bleeder up. We'll force the fluid up into the master cylinder, and then we'll stop once it gets full. And if there's bubbles in it, you can suck some of the fluid out of the master cylinder and keep repeating this process until you get all of the bubbles out. So the last thing we need to do down here is make sure this bleeder bolt is tight. And then we're going to reinstall our rubber cap and clean up any spilled brake fluid. So back at the master cylinder reservoir, our manual calls for this level to be 4 millimeters from the top. So I'm just going to suck a little bit of this fluid out. Now that we're at our spec, we'll go ahead and reinstall the cap. Then I'll clean up any spilled fluid and remove my rag. And then we'll move the lever back to its original position. And that's all there is to flushing or bleeding your hydraulic clutch on your KTM or Husky dirt bike. If you need the bleeder tool or the fluid or any other parts and accessories for your bike, we have them available on our website, so be sure to check it out. We offer free shipping on orders over $75. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have a lot of other helpful content on there. Thanks for watching.